tell you love drops of it. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Please like the live as you get in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for. Hi, Stephen. Where were you all this time? You didn't even send a love note to say hi, I'm good. Hmm? How are you doing, man? I hope you're good. Uh, okay. Marlene, you follow the dreams. Okay. Good night. Welcome to Miss Julie Mel, who is on duty. Welcome. Please touch the like button. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. We're touching the like button. Send algorithm up. Hi, Steven. Oh, how. Well, I tell you something. It is expected, but you are strong. And the strongest men have to be at the battlefront. Yep. So you can handle your sword. You can handle your bayonet. And I assure you add on the helmet on your head. So, Stephen, I know you will handle the war. You just need the backup of the Lord. that you trust in. So, regardless of the warfare, He is with you. It said, if the watchman watcheth the city, um, how it go? If the watchman who watcheth the city saw the danger and do not warn the people, then you know whatever comes or on his shoulder. And I said, you have a song that said, Watchman on the wall of Zion, tell us of the night. So, while we are going through, it's going to always be a warfare. It is always going to be a warfare. Yeah. But as long as you can and will prepare for the warfare, yes. You're working on the armor? Yeah, man, put them on. Put them on. Yeah. Let's get those armor on. Breastplate. Mm-hmm. The helmet. And you chant. Yeah. So those are expected. Those are expected. But the strongest man get the hardest part of the battle to fight. Because you have to defeat the enemy, comes what may. You have to defeat the enemy. Yeah. So when you're in this warfare, it's not your strength, but the strength that is given unto you. I'm glad you're here tonight, and I'm glad to see you. I've been asking, yeah, because it is always fun, it's always knowledge that gives wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And it says, each one teach one. One iron sharpeneth the other, and one countenance brighteneth the other. And I'm glad that you're here, and you're good. Yeah. Well, it's spiritual to the point. You have the knowledge. You have the knowledge. Sometimes God has really um, has taken us to places, has shown us things. And you may ask, oh, David had looked up on Goliath. And you're speaking about a giant, and everybody would have, even if you don't know one, you imagine what a giant, in order to see, is a giant. Mm-hmm. But the wisdom, the knowledge, and the power was given to the little boy as how Goliath described him. A little shepherd boy out in the field. You are out there all the time taking care of the sheep. Perhaps you don't even eat. And you're weak and hungry. But who slay the giant? The same little shepherd boy. The same little shepherd boy that are out in the field caring for the flock. The same one defeat him. The same one put him down with the first one out of the sling. So, you know. Mm-hmm. The third and the fourth watch, oh yeah, are the most dangerous, yeah. But as I said, it's not by might or by strength that you lead the pack and you get through. As it was told, the boys were thrown in the jail and they prayed all night until they got through. So they were going through the third and fourth watch too. And when we are talking about the watch, actually it's not like that as how I am putting it, which I know. Yeah. So glad you're here and you can fight the battle. Spiritual is a spiritual wickedness is set in high places. Good night, everybody. Welcome for a next night in an Aquarian channel and your host sitting before you. Thanks to each and every one that have subscribed and is subscribing, and for those that the supporters that are always here, I appreciate, I respect you. Thank you for what you have done. Oh yeah, and Peter. That's why I call it, because I realized I might be going into a sermon. You know, yes, was taken in the third watch, and Peter said, "Oh, oh, you mean I know that? But no, you never see me with him. You are not speaking the truth. I don't know that man. That man? No, sir, I don't know him." Anyhow, you can angle denial too. Yes. Be wise. Be careful. Be watchful. Tonight, please touch the like button. Please. The thumbs up button, the thumbs up button, the thumbs up button. Welcome to each and every one that are here tonight. We'll make it possible to be here and we can sit it out and keep all our reasoning, you know. For those that it's no break, it's no holiday for the young people, it's holiday for the teachers, which sometimes do not get any holidays because they have to still preparing for the opening of school whenever this whatever time school is opening. But it's sometimes you get that you can reflect, especially teachers. You look back on the children that you have been with all day and every day and every week and every month. You sit and you look and you reflect. You know, you go in that reflection mood at all times, and you have to develop strategy. Would we say some or thin skill, or but you go in that reflection mood and you have to pull from that you have put down. You have to know how you're going to approach those children again. Yes. And you have to demand or command respect. That's for the teachers. Tonight, Hurricane is swinging left, right, and center. I don't know if persons are here that hurricane has really touched their country. It is on the windward island. It is on the windward part. Almost, some of the Caribbean islands have been touched by the hurricane. You have the Vincent and the Grenadine. You have Bar- Barbados. You have a part of Haiti, and some, I'm trying to remember them from my head. But if there are persons here that are, because the other day we have persons from those islands came in on the live. Keep safe, and well, it has passed over. It has hit those countries already, and now it is on its way to the island of Jamaica. This afternoon, it has cut from a category 5 to a category 4. But knowing going that direction, the water is warm. And this is what it fed from. This is where it pulled its energy from. So it may cut going over on getting out of the Atlantic onto the Caribbean. It will develop. And they are expecting a straight it. So persons that are in these countries, get your water supply, get your water, put put your um, put your documents in one place. Your important document. If you are in a building that it don't look like it would withstand this wind, because this afternoon when I look at it and they're showing it on the television, the eye is there so, and you know that's where the power is. Okay? 6 people have been pushed away by in I don't hear the other news how much people it might have destroyed. But homes have been destroyed, people have been displaced, and I guess some of them houses are demolished by burial. Beryl came with hunger and fury and everything in their palm. She's just throwing it out. And she's on her way. Might make landfall between tomorrow sometimes and Thursday. Please gather your water. Get your important things, put them in one place in your plastic container. If you have to run, you hold that. If your place can continue that, you can stay there, because it's going to be a lot of rain. And if you don't have clean drinking water, you apparently can't go out to get. The airport has been closed. I think it's John F. Kennedy Airport. No flight going out. Places have been locked down from half of the day. So persons that did not get a chance to go out to do what they have to do, then ensure that you have, I wouldn't even say candle. Candle a little bit too. There is a thing that they call lantern. And I have some at my house. Mm-hmm. You have the what they call that one? Well, it had a shade. It have a canister that is connected to it, and you don't have to pump up. You just snap, and bore the hole and the thing sits there, and that will burn you for a long time. I don't think it's much, is some gas, but apparently like a little lighter gas, whatever they call that in it. I know the name, but it's right now. If you could get that, because open flame, I don't think works. Get your match, and you may have to go back to the persons who know home sweet home lamp. You may have to go back to that for a while, because the power line will be disrupted. You may not even have Wi-Fi that may be disrupted as well. So you have to prepare. Be like the five wise virgin. Don't don't look at the five foolish. Be wise. Have your preparation at your hand. Rather the spirit, yeah. So be prepared. Be prepared. If your things have been destroyed now, think of your life. So if you have to leave your house, you cannot carry furniture and things like that. If you possible can grab, so you know you're going to put a couple pieces of garment in something easy that you can move with. If you have to go to a shelter, you will have that. Your soap, your toothpaste, your rug, underwears, and stuff like that. You get those in a bag that when you move with that bag, everything is in that bag. And if you have money at home, remember to put it in somewhere side of the bag, wrap it up into plastic that it won't get wet. If it's coins, you can leave the coins. They won't rot. You can come back and pick them up. Okay? So, yeah. So prepare. And for those that really get it, if there's anyone that they may can, if they can send things to them, because phone will be disrupted, you can call phone. But right now, it's a topsy-turvy thing going on right now. And islands, and there is a next hurricane right behind this one, Miss Beryl, that is on. They say it is not properly formed and directed itself yet, but it is there, push itself out of the Gulf and is decided to walk behind Beryl. In what direction, we don't know yet, but we will know afterward. Okay, so our prize goes out, and if somebody can, persons can get things into those damaged country, we can do so because they are going to need it. You know what is going to be the big problem? It's going to be food. Because like the country of Jamaica, who depend on importing most of the things, in spite of land can plant, they put the planting aside and do importation. They are going to need the help. So we can find, Miss Mel, do you pack your things already? Few piece of clothing, and ensure that you have your rug. At least don't matter what going on your mouth, and you know you need to smell nice and good. Yeah, yeah. Yes. So I hope you pack your things. I hope you will be safe. Okay, we are praying for that. So if Miss Beryl shall come, you will be okay. You're gonna take the fruits off the tree? And for those that have animals, please do not tie up the animals them and say, well then, let they go. Because the tree you tie them hand, you might go and find animal that died. So let them free. Took the rope off them, that they themselves can run for safety if you don't have them. And if you have them in a coop, I don't know about the chicken, but For the chicken, you have to get like plastic and things to put around to see if you can capture some of the warmth for the chickens because they call them breadfall. Yes, they're really breadfall because they cannot stand nothing. The wind will blow on them and you see them just turn over. Yes. I remember when I was raising chicken, 400 chicken just like that. And I have eaten the cub. So you have to put things around, plastic, whatever you can find, to keep the warmth of the chickens. And if you lose some, it's so it go. You're not going to save everything. You know? Well, if you have full ones, like mangoes, whatever it is, if they are come to maturity, yes, you take them off the trees because you can put them down. But the very young ones, and once the wind started, trust me, it's gonna pull everything off. Everything is coconut, you name it. My first hurricane was Gilbert. And I tell you, wow, that was. Yeah. So you get the full things of the trees, and if you plant like potatoes and they are actually can reap, you reap out those. But the one underground, I don't think so much unless you channel water through your place. So, you'll be having water going through and they'll really go on with some things. And for the farmers, yes, they will be it greatly. The farm will be it greatly. Because the trees, the banana, the plantain, you name those trees. Yes. At, at my house, I have like the mango there, and we were just talking about that. It may just rip those mango trees and, ackee tree and thing like that. But anyhow, they will grow back. Yeah, because you just can't save anything. The first thing you have to save is your life. You have to make sure you get away with your life. So for those that, if you have relatives in these countries, our prayers are with them, and whatever we can find after the aftermath, then we can send something to them. Okay? So, announcement. These are the announcement, weather announcement. And rain. Jamaica is going to get a lot of rain. And trust me, when rain is falling there, rain is raining. All the rivers will be in speed. When hurricane, the sea pull back. And in the weather news, it said it this afternoon. The sea went back about 100 miles and pick up. Ah, this eyes light pool that they are looking on, and that is on the seafront of Jamaica, not on the hills. Because those on the hills will be looking down on those that are on the sand. The wise man built his house upon the rock. This is what new marketing. Yeah, okay, you are not so late. You are here because I almost just started giving updates on the hurricane and reaching out to those persons that are in the affected countries that and it is now moving on, traveling in the same path to Jamaica, land of wood and water that we love. So it will be going there to do its damage as well as what it has done. Okay? So welcome for you to be here. We are still here. Now, there are some wordings, the action, what you call them now, what we get in school. The noun, the adjective, and you name it, yeah. And the words matches with some of the things like our actions. There are some there are sometimes persons do things and they do it without a sense of thinking. Whenever you are going to do things, think first. Don't just get up a party and just do things. Whatever is going to drop out of your mouth, think about it. You have your daughter and mother in Jamaica. Okay, I am so worried about them. Where in Jamaica are they? If they are on the coastline, well, if they are in the hills on, like Cedar Valley and places like those, well, there's a lot of trees and you never can tell, along with the rain that is going to come. Just pray for their safety, encourage them, and whatever the thing is, in Jamaica, half day today, all business places was closed, you know. So, and I understand that all the shops, the stores, the supermarket, everything was empty because people were stocking up on what to come. And we know that if you don't do that, you may have to move to a shelter. So find out. Um, and this is one of my area that I work in disaster. When I was in Jamaica, I work in disaster. So this was one of my job to get shelters ready from before and to get around to look at find persons who the house look like. If the storm smell too hard, it is gone. So we get them into a shelter. We do the elderly and those of mothers with small children. So this was one of my area that I works in, and it's upon this area that I works in that sent me to Guatemala. So that's why I can tell you some of the things there. But my dear, don't worry too much. You had to worry, but don't worry too much. Just brace for it. Send up the prayer, and it doesn't smell sense. You're going to say, I'm going to send the money now because you're going to have all these places closed until somewhere about Saturday, they said. And the airport, wherever you are over here, the airport this side has been closed. Yeah. So you just have to stay put, hope for the best, and expect the worst. Okay? Hope for the best and expect the worst. So, yeah, our prayers are with each and every one that will be affected. And worse in our country, you know that food is going to be on the short end. After all of this, because the crops will be damaged, will be buttered, will everything, and what can come in? Maybe what is in the store, and nothing can come in, and they will have to wait a long time, and all of these things. So just brace for it. Trust me, brace for it. Just tell them to gather their important papers and things, have them in one place in a secured plastic So if you have to go put them into 10 plastic bag, ensure that no water getting into them to destroy their papers. Because anything destroyed now, name document, is going to take you a long time to get back. And some of those documents you may not even remember what is on there to give them the the information that they need. So have them properly secured. Keep them at hand. That if she or your mom have to go to a shelter, because sometimes the house is okay, but they still move you out to a shelter. Reason be, sometimes a person have underlying conditions like pressure and things like that. So when they are in the house, it's better when they took them to the shelter. You will have the nurse there, you will have the medical people right there and then, and you can apply to the needs of the condition right away. And we are praying. Yeah, we are praying. Because that's all we can do right now. There's not much we can do. Good. So I am saying that we have some words that we use, and we use them, and sometimes not for the right reason, not for what it is asked and called for. We just use them because we can call them and we know them. Okay? Children are our future. We always said that. The children is our future. But I will borrow the word from Dorothy. Dorothy Law Noel. Sometimes ago, we were doing a case study, and that case study has proven a lot of things. We did the case study on children from the home in which they are coming from the type of parenting that they are getting. And so, even to now, the countries rather, are taking children from this country. They say, well, then this is a troubled child. Give trouble at school, that, and you just don't know. Parent just don't know. So there's a program that is out there that they do exchange. And I remember this child came to Jamaica. The mom, he was in the States. The mom, they get everything on silver platter. Oh yeah. There is no name in the game. So, since there is no, yeah. And when you don't have it, honestly don't and cannot afford it, and you say no, you are in trouble. Because what? You always said yes, and you always delivered. When, even if you can deliver, you got to learn the strategy. And you got to say no. And you do that to them because you are teaching a lesson. But if every cry you deliver, you are there. I need a pen. And before it could finish, the pen is in the hand. I don't have any money to buy it. Can you wait until next week? We will see what we can do. to get you the pen. A lot of details you don't have to go in, but it's not that you cannot afford the pen, and it's not that you can't give the pen, but these are some of the things you have to do. Again, children love boundaries. And for those that grow children didn't know it tonight. They love boundaries. Because what? They will push. And when your boundaries are right there, when they realize that you're not giving in, you're not surrendering, because what? You are the leader. You are the provider. You are the one. You are the only shark in your sea. And nothing else came in to disrupt your water. So when they saw that, they are going to pull back and say, okay then, she's a tough cookie. I can't crush. You have to learn that. Last night, a teenage came on the live, and she was using her fingers to make her brains to think and her fingers to make mischief. And I bring out that tonight. And if she's somewhere else listening, because she had to be blocked from the channel. I listen and sometimes go over to Facebook. Well, some of the things I don't have a Facebook account, but they filtered over on YouTube. And the action and behavior of those on the channel is so unacceptable. To me, you find all the lies. You have the rumor mill sitting right there. And who is listening? Who is watching? Good evening, good evening. And that is what? Low key or something about that. Who is watching? Who is listening? Your child. When you get on that wide web and you spill things out of your mouth, and in all honesty, you have no proof to what you're saying, but you are doing it and you're doing it and you're doing it. Last night, a teenage took up her fingers to wrote to say something. If we were different persons, you would thought, well, if investigation was not done same time, we would have thought it's an adult. It was not an adult. Wanted because you're going to disrupt things by your speech. You understand? Parent, you are to know what your child or children is doing. And if you open an account on YouTube and give to them, you should have been monitoring what they do on their channel. Because I don't think that channel opened with that young lady's name and all our things that they would have asked for. It must be the adult. Because I don't think YouTube is giving a child to open an account like that. You are to know what your child or your children is up to on the channel. Be their monitor. Be their supervisor if you are leaving the channel to them. And so I'm coming to the word encouragement. If you are opening the channel, you must have a sense of direction, what you are going to be doing on the channel. And for what happened last night, I think this person is trying to make a mix up, troublesome, name the words them, channel. Yeah. Because it wasn't a troublemaking channel you intend to put up, then you would have think differently. No one is on the channel that is writing things on the channel to disrupt any person. And this is what we ask for over here, respect. And if even you have something to do, to say it in a respectful manner. Because we are all human over here. Mix up have no place over here. Unless you're going in your kitchen to mix up flour, sugar, butter, and all these things. And other than that, wording and people's of fear do not entertain over here. Don't. Neither with big children, neither with adults. Worse, a child. I am going to borrow a word or some words from Dorothy Law Noel. And this was done in 1954. They did a case study on a family. And to see what and how they the children are like what they are. It says a child learn what they live. And that is ever so true. When you are in your home, have the responsibility to grow your child or your children. They emulate you. It's not what you wrote on the book they are learning from. You are their role model, be it good or bad. Answer me if I am speaking any truth here. Is this what Dr. King got beat for? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Make yourself a little clearer than that. You have to. You have to monitor and know the children who encourage those children. Somebody have to encourage these children. Somebody have to give encouragement to these children. And I'll skip right back to last night, young lady. Set out the channel if your child have to have a channel. Encourage them on the right and proper part. Her age, she's a school child. She has just started her teens or her teen. She don't put on any S on it yet. You set out your child, you are going to encourage them to go in the right path. Not saying if you do this, you will get a whole lot of subscriber quick. And you will you will reach there quick. You will climb the hill and go over and reach quick. Sit and encourage your child. No, your child, that young lady, could have been a teacher on the channel in her age group children and older too. This young lady can be a light to others in her age group. If she's been encouraged to do things that will elevate her, things that people can look upon her, not things because you are not popular because of the act and deeds that is not good that you do. People might think you are popular because you can say all the derogatory things then. You are not popular. That doesn't make you popular. Your self-esteem has been destroyed if you did have any. And if you never have any, you won't get any because your self-esteem will stay right down there. But for the person who is behind the channel, for heaven's sake, direct your daughter in a right and proper way. It's not only the derogatory things people love to hear and will sit and watch and listen. People love to hear things that is uplifting too. Persons love to hear uplifting things. The very Bible said, a child shall lead them. But it's not every child have the potential to lead not even themselves. No. And hear what Dorothy, after doing the case study and look at the children. And as I said, this was done in 1954, about 41 years ago. Not 40, but 41 to 42 years ago. Yeah. For a family. And after they did this case study, they put it in a poem form. And this poem have gone to almost the end of the world, the end of the world. And the poem explain how children developed in an environment of relation. And what they say, they learn from who they live. They learn, children learn what they live. And you encourage a person, you encourage a child, you build their confidence. For those that love criticism, learn to condemn. Where do they get this from? From their community, which is their home. And that's the first community. Yeah. You learn to criticize at all times. It goes on to say more, but I'm just, skimming right around this. You learn to criticize because what? You heard the adult doing it. The adult, whether it be adult, mother, sister, whoever it is, but you heard the adult doing this. So you criticize everything. You are growing up, and this is what you're hearing in your ears. No one is there encouraging you on the right and the uplifting part. They criticize somebody else's child. They criticize the child's parent. They criticize the teacher. They criticize the pastor. They criticize their friends. They criticize their family. And they go on criticizing. What do you think that child is going to walk away with? Learn to criticize. And they learned to condemn. So they condemn even their own selves. Parents, it is imperative. Don't leave your child or children because they're getting in teenage and because the world have changed, that every and anyone, media, want you have your child on a sense of direction. Not to be left up like that. And you can do and you can say anything because you're sitting, you are looking in the camera. I can only see your name or whatever. And you said your things. It needs to be nipped in the bud. If you sit around you're on the media and persons are there condemning other person are there criticizing other person, and maybe you have been on channel that this is happening and you figure more or less you came over here and you have not seen this happening over here. So why? Let me let the fire, let me lit the flames, man. Mothers especially. Because you are closer to your children even more than the fathers. Because when father is home, the children is with you. Monitor your child. They will make mischief. They have a saying that says, the parent beat the drum, and the children dance to the music. the children emulate you. What you say is right and what you are doing is right in their sight. They have to go out 2 days from now to seek employment. They have to go out 2 days from now to be working with human being and with robot. Encourage your children and encourage them well. Who is encouraging the children? A lot of adults, they themselves need encouragement because they themselves spew things out of their mouth without thinking, without having scant regards, because the whole thing is just free. It's just free. Nobody having a sense of knowing another person's feelings. So you just get up and you do what you think you have to do. Let encouragement be one of on a positive note. Let encouragement be one to uplift you. It's like you are going to push on a person and help to pull them up. Encourage them in things that will make them proud. And then you can be proud. They had a thing on the TV up here, a program that is named Talent. You have one that is Talent of America. You have one that's what that one name. And since night before I came on, they were there, and I was looking on these children, the performances these children, when they pick the mic and they sing. I was watching this 8-year-old little young man, and what him said the dance name, but I mean clean dance, because the dance have a little of everything in it. 8 years old. And he really worked the stage. And they said, "You are a star." And he said, "Thank you." Encourage the young people. They need encouragement. And I mean, what we would have called the right encouragement. Because some of the things that we said is the right or the good encouragement, the other person don't see it as that. Oh, but if you if you in front of your children criticizing everybody, they only learn to condemn everything and everybody. They never see the good in anyone, not even in themselves. Do not put it and make it look like social media spoiled the children. No, you spoiled your child. Yeah. Because what? You don't monitor them. You allow them to do every and anything at any given time. Suppose I tell you we have a young one that always, I haven't seen her from last night. Well, I wasn't on Sunday. And she's a little girl. And she participates so well. Not in everything, because she's not on every live. And if I am doing certain live, if certain things is going to be spoken, she's not on the live. She's off. And she participated when she participated well. And she's a little girl. When she asked one night, "Do you know my age?" Guess my age. And I said, "No." And she put it there. I said, "Take it off right away. Don't let it get to the public too much." But she sit there and she listen. And if she had to put her finger to the screen, she put her finger in a well mannerable way. So the environment, your community, which is your home community that you are coming from, have a lot to say. You can take out the ones that are properly trained and they carries their training with them. And the ones that are, you can see the home in them that they are coming from. You don't have to ask a lot of questions. Their action and their behavior say the rest. So, parent, encourage your children. They can be anything they want to be as long as you encourage them in the right way. Not encouraging them to go and make mischief. For those we never have any dogs so much that, you know, that way and that way. And most of the time, the pups, when they start learn to bark, is the set on or the set on for the other dogs. You hear more the in barking, and the others scream. Other dog will be passing, and because he's a little bit fast, he couldn't make them walk past the gate. After the gate and I make all the nice, up came the big ones. And they ask no question. They just jump into action. Don't think that children's are not lie. Yours. They will lie. And good lie. So the parent again, whoever the parent is, whoever, if they are an adopted or biological or whatever, you have to see to it what they do, what they watch, what they say. When they are of age and out of your gate, you do not care one bit what they want to do again because they are out of your age span. If where you are, they said when they're 16, you grow until when they're 16, anything they want to do after that is their problem. That. But then ensure that you have done the part to bring them up to where they are, that they can go through your door. And if they feel like they look back, and if they don't feel like, they just keep it going. Many times parents are the downfall of their children. Many times. Parents are the downfall because what? They don't think. Oh, yes, and they don't think. And they need to think. Know what your child is doing. Know your friend of your child. Know if them stop on Miss Jane yard, you know. Yes. Just give them, encourage your children. And it is sad to know that children is being, mixed up in what adult. That little girl should be opening up a math class in her channel. This little young man was, I guess, a little older or whatever in Jamaica when there was the pandemic and children could not go to school. He uses his parent veranda to get out the children who would be just while away and started teaching them, the young ones, and he end up getting so much children that they get a school for him even after the pan. Is this Joshua? Oh, this is not Josh. This is Josh. Right? Is this Josh? Josh, if it's you, said yes. If it's Josh that was sick the other day, said yes, I am. Eh? Until he got to school. So this little girl who came on the channel last night, you should be having a, a English class, a math class, whatever language you spoke in, and attract your peers, attract me and money more that would be on the channel. If your child learn criticism, they are going to learn to condemn. That is what you teach them, criticism, so they learn to condemn. This is Josh Bookout. Right? One love. So we must encourage our children in the right pathway. No, I understand, and I look from that to say many things that is been done. Children is so behind it, and you don't know. But children, you can be a millionaire if it's money you're talking about out of what you do. But be conscious. Because what you learn is what you're going to live. And it will not get out of you because you have learned it. Mel, is this Josh? Is she here? Good night, Josh. How are you? How are you doing? Right? So, encouragement to both adult and children it is, but more so for the young minds who are encouraging them, who you think should encourage them. Are they open for encouragement? There's a lot of questions after ask because you will be willing to encourage them in whatever they're doing, which is right. Will they take it? Will they really look back and say, well, then this is good? Do not use your channel or whoever, your parent, whoever opened that channel for nonsense. Don't do it. Use it for positive things. And don't turn your channel into a bacchanal. And that you want it to go on other person's channel to cause bacchanal. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Parent, friends of these young people, those that are on, they needed to be encouraged if they want to get encouragement. And this was what the case study turned out to be when they pulled children from here and pulled them from there and they did their case study on them. You find that parent teaches them, parent themselves, because yes, it's teacher teaching them. You sit before them and you do something. They are going to emulate you. They're going to do it. And you know what is always nice? I saw my mother do it. I saw my mother say. They don't do their own research. It seems like Truly Mel is not here. I can understand because guess what? She is in the island of Jamaica, and right now it is threatened to have the Great Beryl hurricane stepping over there. So maybe her Wi-Fi, because when this thing started happening, the disruption of the Wi-Fi and the electricity get knocked. Okay? Josh, how are you? How was your feelings? So encourage your children them. They need encouragement. If not, they will be going down the wrong slippery slope. They will went down the wrong slippery slope. Children learn what they live. Okay? There was a song that said, you teach the children to fight, and you teaches, and you say, but I never sit her down and teach her anything. Your action, your behavior, your day-to-day living. So listen, if you have to do certain things, don't let your children know about it. There are people who went out and do prostitution, is the right word? Maybe. And their children don't know that they are living such life. They heard it, they said, no, not my mom. And indeed, it is happening. Because if you don't hide from them, they are eventually coming up to set their foot in your footsteps. And they're going to see that alma mother do it. Oh, yes. Yeah. So, get them on the right track. Teach them well. Never ease up off the pedal, because you want to pedal them into the right direction. Not they growing themselves and pedaling themselves. Have something to do with their upbringing. Don't let them be on their own. Media cannot teach them, cannot train them for you. Okay. So, yes, Josh, I said that, yeah, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. Right? So tonight I have the short live because, some persons have to be dealing with um, the the tide at hand. The hurricane is coming. They're trying to get things done, and I'm not being get off guard. It so see the mother. It just seems to gone because she is sitting in the country where Burial is going to visit. She's carrying out a visit, and I hope she successfully gain what she are looking for. But she's taking out a visit to these countries. So she finished it in there, so, and then she's on her pathway, catapulting herself straight into the Caribbean, Jamaica land we love. So again, if there's anybody that are in the I think yes, Cayman get a little of it. Cayman get a touch of the hurricane. Reach out to these people if you can, and if you can't, you can reach out with prayer to them. All right. So at this time, I will be ending the live and be back another time. Have yourself a sweet, sweet time. Live, love, laugh. Appreciate yourself in what you do and who you are. Never let your guards down. Be watchful at all times because there are so many things in wait to disrupt our function. So don't let your guards down. Be like the soldier at the front of the line. Be watchful. Be careful even for nothing. Okay? So, thank you all for being here. Thank you. And I will have to end the live at this time. Say goodbye. And a prayers out for these people who are going through the hurricane hit and disrupt and, so many things. Some lost houses, some lost their lives in this hurricane, the second for the season. Well, the next one didn't last very long. That one died out. But believe it or not, there is a third is coming up. It's not properly formed yet, they said. But that one is coming up. So be safe. If you are in these areas, be safe. And make sure that you have clean drinking water. Make sure. If you are at a spring, you know the water that is coming out is going to be clean because the clean water is underground. The dirty water is above ground. Okay? So get yourself in, contact your family while you can. Let them know, find out from them what is happening, and in whatever way you can help, then you put in your help. Thank you for being here, and be safe. Keep yourself safe. Honestly, be safe. Bye to everyone. Thanks.